Hi guys, thanks for clicking on my video. Please click like, comment and subscribe for more content. So according to the streets, Emtee was kicked out of his luxury house and luxury car by his record label Ambitiouz Entertainment. So apparently he has moved back to his home in Orange Grove. Now when I read this, I wasn't surprised at all, as Emtee has been pretty vocal about the treatment he was receiving at Ambitiouz Entertainment, so much so that it caused the hashtag #FreeMT to trend on Twitter. He also changed everything that had Ambitiouz Entertainment on his social media, and apparently this is what triggered the entertainment label to retaliate against him. So let's dial it back a bit. Sometime in January 2019, Emtee started tweeting about some of the treatment he was receiving under his record label. He claims that they stopped him from attending the BET Awards after he was nominated. They stopped a documentary he wanted to film, and apparently they would turn down collabs between him and other artists behind his back. Now, I kind of believe there's some truth to these allegations against Ambitiouz Entertainment, as they've been in the news for a lot of their major artists leaving them. We have Benchmark, A-Reese, Fifi Cooper, Gigi Lemaine, and Amanda Black, who even had to sue them for R1 million. Now, I don't know how that legal court battle between Amanda Black and Ambitiouz Entertainment turned out, but the fact that she even had to take such a drastic measure means that there's something that's a little fishy in terms of how the record label manages their artists. Also, Fifi Cooper left in such a dramatic way that EFF had to step in to protect her rights as an artist. So I definitely do kind of believe some of the allegations that Emtee has put out against his record label, but the way that he went about it was wrong. You don't publicly bash the hand that feeds you. You can't be chilling in a mansion that is not yours, tweeting about the owner of the mansion, telling the world about how the owner of the mansion is not treating you correctly. Obviously, the owner of the mansion is going to get angry and he's going to remember, no, actually I own that mansion and I own that car. I'm going to take that ish back, which is exactly what they did. So I feel like Emtee went about this the wrong way, and like that's how people are though sometimes. Like, you know, when things are going good in the beginning, they don't say anything. They don't tell us about all the things happening behind closed doors. They just post a picture and put it on the gram. Then when shit hits the fan, then they want to start tweeting, hey guys, this and this is going on, hey this and this, hey that and that, trying to have the public outcry save them. Now we are tweeting #FreeMT. Kanti singenaphi? Like, no, if you're grown enough to sign a contract, then you should be grown enough to get out of that contract without having to tweet about it. So I don't like that. That's not professional at all. I feel like he should dial down with the tweets and try to do things professionally and face to face. He was tweeting, now what happened? They took back the house and the car. Another thing that I don't really understand is that, you know how he was tweeting about, I'm not happy about my record label, blah, blah, blah. One of his followers asked him, okay, why don't you leave the stable? And this is what he said. I'm not going back to the streets, bro. I won't sell drugs, rob people to survive, save up for video. Okay, so what do you want? You don't want to leave because you don't want to be independent, you don't want to have to hustle. Then why are you tweeting about the fact that you're not happy at Ambitiouz Entertainment? Like, what are you hoping is going to happen? Like, I honestly don't understand. Was he hoping that Mhlampe if he tweets about it and then the EFF gets involved like they did with Fifi Cooper, like maybe they'll start treating him better? Why are you tweeting about it and then when we ask you to leave you say no? Like, I don't understand. So that's why I don't really feel sorry for Emtee, because he's not trying to be independent. He's just being a crybaby. On the other side of the fence, however, these record labels definitely do take advantage of up-and-coming artists. So how they generally do it is, say you are a up-and-coming rapper, right? So you record videos of yourself rapping and then you post them on Twitter, and then like a couple thousand people retweet, and then you become Twitter famous. So now these record label execs, that's how they find some of these artists. They roam the streets to see who's buzzing. So then your videos stand out, and then they see, no, this guy's got real talent. Then they approach you and then they say, we're interested in signing you, blah blah blah. Now before they bring out the contract, they say, we're gonna take like a month just to sort out the contract, but before we do all of that, here's the car keys, here's the keys to the house, you can just stay in there for a while we're sorting it out, just to show you I know we're really serious about you. So now you move into this big mansion. You're staying in a 2-room house with your mom and your sisters and your brothers. Now you're living in a mansion, you and your girl. You got a car, and every time they have events, you get, the tickets to go there, you get VIP passes, blah, blah, blah. Now, this goes on for a month, and then you start getting used to it. You get used to the car, you get used to the house, you start posting on the gram, hey, look at me, guys, I'm moving up, blah, blah, blah. Then after a month, they call you in, the record label execs. They call you in, then they put the contract on the table. Then they're like, okay, we've sorted out the contract, here you sign. Now, you know in your head that if you don't sign this contract, then they're obviously going to take away that house that you used to and that car that you've been driving and all the, luxury and all the celebrities that you have met. So now, all those things that they have given you now influence you to just sign the contract. Some people just blindly sign without reading the fine print, and then some do involve their lawyers. But in a situation like this where you're coming from nothing and you're gonna be a star tomorrow, sometimes you just want to sign, get it over with, and go back into that mansion, go back into the car. So I don't know exactly what happened with Emtee in terms of how he ended up on the record label, but I can assume it kind of happened in that order because look, they took away his house and his car, which means that they gave it to him. You know what I mean? He obviously didn't buy it, because if he did, the deed would be in his house and they wouldn't be able to kick him out, And that's another thing, like, he was so blinded by this car and this house that he couldn't even buy his own house. You know what I mean? Because if he did, they would have mentioned that, oh no, he has moved into his home that he bought for himself. But no. Yeah, you must definitely be careful, when you sign any contract or when you accept a gift that's property or a car. You always need to make sure that it's in your name, because if it's not in your name, it's not yours. You know what I mean? Like, when you and the person who gave it to you have a fight, it's going to be so easy for them to be like, okay, cool, give you my house, give you my car. And what you going to do? Even if you go to a lawyer, that lawyer is going to be like, okay, can I see the deed? Once they see that the name on the deed is not yours, they're going to be like, yeah, girl, you got to have to give that thing back because it's not in your name. So, yeah, let this be a lesson to Emtee, not to just blindly accept anything for the sake of coming up, because if he doesn't want to go back to a life of hustling and saving up money for a video, it means that he was just interested in coming up and being famous, and now look, he's in a tough situation, you know what I mean? So yeah, so in regards to this whole situation, I don't really blame Ambitiouz for taking back their house and their keys, because he did publicly bash them. He was wrong for that. You know what I mean? And also, I'm not going to comment too much on the way that they do business, because if you are old enough to sign a contract, then you should be old enough to get out of it. Because when they signed that contract, he was not live tweeting about it. Like, okay, they've put a contract in front of me now. Okay, I'm about to sign now. So there's no need for him to now tweet about him wanting to leave. So anyway, guys, do you agree with what I've just mentioned in the video, or do you have different views? Please share your comment down below. Thank you.